This is Team 15's OMIS498 peer evaluation system. The startup screen, there's a student and an instructor login. First we will instructor login. Instructor will type in their username and their password. They can either create an evaluation form or view evaluation results. First we will create an evaluation form. Hit OK. This brings us to the peer evaluation customization screen. The instructor's last name and first name will be auto-generated into these boxes. It will show the courses that they are teaching that semester, and they'll need to choose a course from the courses box for the peer evaluation that they are making. They need to put in a project's name, a sponsor. They can click on active evaluations to see all the active evaluations they have that semester. They'll choose a team size for the project. They will choose if it's a midterm or a final evaluation, peer evaluation. They can either auto-generate or manually select teams. If they want to auto-generate teams, they click on Auto-Generate button, which brings up the team number and each student's name depending on how many the team size. And they create the team. If they want to manually select teams, manually select. They will select the team number from the drop-down, and they will select student names from the drop-down. They will create the team. They will need to put in a release date for when the peer evaluation will be released to students. Then they need to put in a due date for when the peer evaluation due. And then they need to select 4 criteria that they would like to be on their peer evaluation. They can select criteria from the drop-down list, and when they select a certain criteria, criteria will be eliminated from the next drop-down. There will also be a weight tied to each criteria, with all of the weights adding up to 100. An instructor may also add their own question by typing a question into the Make Your Own Question box. Then they hit Add Question, which will bring the question up into the drop-down list for the criteria. Then they continue. This brings us to a summary of the last page with the instructor, department, class section, midterm or final peer evaluation, the team size, each question, and weight. They can view the class roster by hitting class roster, which brings up the course, the instructor, the last, first, and team number for each student. They can print this out for themselves. Print. OK. They can also export this information to Excel. Next, the teacher will verify that all the information on this page is correct. If it is, they will hit Confirm. If they need to change anything, they'll hit Back. We will confirm. After we hit Confirm, verification email is sent to the teacher letting them know that they have completed this and that they need to send this link out to each student. OK. Now we will log in as a student. They will type in their ZID and their password. OK. Active courses box will show all the courses that a student is taking that semester. They will choose the course that they are doing the peer evaluation for. It will bring that course down in the selected courses box, and it will also show the due date for that particular peer evaluation. They'll hit Continue. This is an instructions page that we were working on. It will show directions as to how AHP works, an example of AHP, and a student must agree or disagree to the terms of our peer evaluation. And they hit Continue, which brings us to the first criteria screen. The criteria will be listed here, and the description of that criteria will be listed under the description. Depending on the team size is how many slider bars will be shown to each student. And a student will need to use the slider bar for each criteria with their name being on the left and the team number being on the right. For that particular criteria, if a student feels that they were better, they will slide the slider bar towards the left. If they feel that a team member did better than they did, they will slide it more to the right, or they can put it in the middle for neutral if they felt that they did the same amount of work for that criteria. There will be a help button for on each criteria screen if a student needs help with the HP rules. After they have moved all the slider bars for that criteria, they'll hit continue, which will take them to the second criteria where they need to move the slider bars, the third criteria, then the fourth criteria, continue. After they're done with the slider bars, student will need to provide one constructive and one positive feedback to each team member within their group, justifying the rankings that they gave to the team members. After they've provided feedback to each member, they will hit continue. Then that brings us to an additional comments where there will be questions that the student will answer in this box and any additional comments they have for the teacher. Then they will hit continue, which brings up a summary. The student will look over their name, department, class, section, and it will show the time that it took them to complete the peer evaluation. And they will hit complete if all of this information is correct. After they complete, an email will be sent to the student telling them that they have completed the peer evaluation. Then we will go to instructor login. We will click on view evaluation results. The instructor will select the course that they would like to view. They will show the completed evaluations in this box. It will show the number of incomplete peer evaluations, and it will show the percentage of feedback. The send email button is tied to the incomplete total, and when the teacher hits the send email button, it sends an email to each student that has not completed their peer evaluation. A teacher may view outlier data. They may view HP score reports, which shows they will choose the team number from the drop-down. It'll bring up the student names, their HP scores, and the consistency ratio for that student. They can view final grades. They'll choose the team number. They'll show the last name, first name, HP scores, and the final grades for the students. And then under instructor comments, the teacher will provide comments for each student. Then they can print this page to enter grades. Continue. They can also view the student summary report. They will choose the team number, and that shows all the positive and constructive feedback for the teacher to view. Continue. Continue. And that is our system. Thank you.